The manicured suburban lawn. For a generation after World War II, it was the very emblem of prosperity, a neatly trimmed stage for the American dream and the ascendant nuclear family. But beneath that uniform green, something else was growing. As the engine of Fordism sputtered, a burgeoning consumer culture took its place, a relentless whisper promising identity through acquisition. The cult of the individual was taking root. Yet, paradoxically, as we were promised individuality through endless choice, our lives became increasingly prescribed. Rows of identical houses, the same appliances, the same aspirations projected onto our perfect square of green. It was from this cookie-cutter reality that a postmodern perspective began to bloom, a skepticism towards those grand narratives, that singular American dream. Instead, a focus on the subjective, the fragmented, the constructed nature of it all. The Cultural Revolution was definitely not televised, and as the world tumbled into the 60s and 70s, the cult of the consumer slowly and steadily stayed the course, planting seeds that very much still control the way we live today, still detached, still consuming ourselves. And then there was the Suburban Lawns, a band that, with their quirky energy and detached irony, seemed to perfectly soundtrack this emerging postmodern sensibility. Their very name, a playful nod to the landscape of conformity, they both inhabited and subtly mocked. Think of Sue Tissue's almost robotic delivery, the angular rhythms, a sonic mirror to the clean lines and underlying unease of the suburban ideal. I should mention that the band wasn't as much of a success as other bands in that late 70s post-punk new wave canon like Devo or the Talking Heads. Their success and the nostalgia people feel for the Suburban Lawns has less to do with their impact during that time and more to do with the internet now. Scott Beauchamp eloquently captures this phenomenon, noting, quote, "The cult of Sue Tissue, as I call it, exists because of the internet. Like CGI effects in movies, the internet makes the time separating us from the events it depicts appear weightless and insubstantial, as if Sue Tissue is always singing the Suburban Lawns, Gidget Goes to Hell, in a singular eternal moment. This eternal moment, this decontextualization speaks to our current condition. Surrounded by endless scroll, we are both hyper-visible and profoundly anonymous. The curated online self, the digital lawn meticulously maintained, often masks a deeper sense of detachment. We consume, we project, we remember fragments out of time, much like a gift endlessly looping. The manicured lawn, once a symbol of belonging, now echoes with the quiet hum of countless individual lives, striving for distinction in a world that often feels increasingly uniform, a sea of green where every blade looks the same."